please tell me I'm not the only one that walks into a room and then forget what I went into the room for, get distracted, do some cleaning, and then 2 hours later while brushing my teeth, I remember what I originally went into the room for, right? We laugh, we call it mom brain. This is just the way it is, but the truth is, it is a result of a brain that is overloaded with too many tabs open. We've got all the things in the background with the kids' schedule, with the responsibilities of the home, with the responsibilities we have in business and how we orchestrate the different things, plus the emails and the messages we haven't responded yet. This leads to a brain that is chronically trying to solve the different things that we know we're responsible for because it's not flanked with foundational rhythms and systems that come in and help us relieve that in autopilot, okay? Now, it's not because your brain is lazy, and it's not because you're just somehow failing as a mother. This is where I'd like to bring in an analogy in business. If you and I have not met, my name is Emma Lou with ThrivingMom.com. I have experience in business for 25 plus years, so a lot of my concepts and things that I do bring into teachings correlates neck and neck with business. So whether you are implementing things in your home and business, it goes back and forth, right? So imagine a CEO walks into their office. They have absolutely no idea what their role is for the day and their teams. Their team is just running helter-skelter in the halls. Nancy today is helping with filling orders, but yesterday she was doing some, running around with manufacturing and coming into the office and responding to emails, and then she hightails it back out. The time loss, the chaos, and the inevitable collapse and burnout of that company is a looming mountain in the distance. That is exactly why businesses fail within 5 years. The statistics are not in their favor. And the sad reality is that's the same thing is happening in homes. And I believe you're here because you care about your home environment just as much as you do about a business environment. And in fact, you're here because you would actually want to treat it way more importantly than just something that gets treated in business. Now, I'm not talking about having corporate environments in your home that are stuffy. I am an advocate for having home environments and business environments that are family friendly, that feel you actually want to show up for it, and it is fun. I don't like stuffy environments. I don't like environments that feel stiff, like nobody can make any mistakes. We're just cutthroat and we just have an agenda and a job to do and everybody has to just walk the line. No, that's absolutely not what I'm about. And that's exactly what I cultivated in business. Is I wanted to have an environment that felt like a family team and that we have fun, because I was like, we're spending so much time together. Why not have it fun? It's the exact same philosophy I have at home. But here's the thing, when we are not flanked in our homes with rhythms, habits, and systems that align with the foundational concepts that we want to have, the motherhood we want to have in the home, here's what happens. You are in a chronic chaos with the kids' schedules, with homeschooling routines, with dishes being piled in the kitchen, with laundry mountains. We have all sorts of unnecessary tabs open in our brain as something that still needs to be done. And yet we feel like we're behind because we're like, oh my gosh, I would really love to teach my kids how to come alongside me and also learn these skills so that they don't have to learn these when they are older. It's just an automatic default that they embody in a way that they love. So it's not just this pressure, right? Because the truth is, when you and I can do something that has become an autopilot, it gives our brain a rest, because we already know that these are things that will happen, and they happen in a time frame that is doable, that is realistic, and that is done in a way that creates an ebb and flow in your day. I am not about prison-like routines. I'm not about putting you in a box that feels prison-like, because chances are you have already tried methods that felt prison-like. They're methods that do not go alongside you in your motherhood journey. And sometimes when you try something new, there is a level of hard until it becomes easy. There is that moment when you are adapting into new things. But the key is in learning to adapt it in ways that is foundational and moves you as a family into the reality that you want. Because the truth is, the reality that we have today is just a reflection of the current rhythms and systems we have. We all have them. It's just, are the results that I currently have with those results I want and that I like, right? So this is where we have to shift our mindsets and beliefs, because I used to think that being in the home and doing housework and doing cleaning or cooking and or even being at home with my children would feel like a prison. I remember distinctly telling my husband before I ever had kids, if I would ever just be a mom at home, I am pretty sure I would crawl the walls. That was my state of belief in what I viewed motherhood to be like. But today I'm actually a stay-at-home mom with businesses while homeschooling and having two boys aged 3 and 5 years old. So what changed? What changed is not necessarily that I have a different reality as far as just being, but the foundations that support me, the rhythms I have in my day to day, flank me like best friends. So when I am navigating through my day, it has made that I no longer feel like I have that mom brain where I have those 47 tabs open with that chronic, oh my gosh, I have this to do yet, and this to do yet, and this to do yet. No, it's very rare that I fall back into that unless I am going through a new season of growth where I'm implementing something new and different. There can be those moments. So here's the path forward. You can make a decision today to embrace rhythms, systems, and foundations that anchor you in your home, that can also be translated into business, that actually show up like a best friend. This is the difference between women that are actually thriving in the home and women that are being ruled just by the day-to-day, where their home rules the show, and they're chronically ruled by everything that is going wrong and acting reactively. Now, the truth is, everyone has things that go unexpected things that happen in the day. I have that chronically. But when you can move with ease because you are flanked with those foundational habits, routines, and grounded, you know that you are anchored. So when the unexpected happens, you can flow through it. You have the brain space to step back and ask yourself the questions, how to walk through this in a healthy way instead of a reactive way. So those are the benefits that get kicked out once we are in that foundational reset. Now, if you're watching this and you're like, well, Emmalou, that's great, and I feel like I've tried all the things, here's what I'm going to tell you. I understand what it feels like to try all the things. I have tried many different things. I have tried in business and all the things, but here's the difference. I did not stop. Each thing led me closer to the reality I have currently. And if you are somebody that knows that I like to be flanked with resources and even mentorship that helps me to grow and to go in the direction that I need to, I invite you to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel so you don't miss out on future episodes. And if this episode resonates with you, one of the ways we can engage in conversations is leave a comment below and let me know how this video helps you. Let me know your feedback. I read these comments and it helps me know how to serve you in the content that is relevant to you. So if you could do that, that would be amazing. Share this with your mom bestie as well. The women that really truly want to embrace an empowered motherhood that they can look back on and say, this is exactly what I want. This is the motherhood I dreamed of. And I'm so glad I did versus I wish I would have. Now, there's a couple different ways that if you want to take this further, I have a 30-day reset. I'll add the link below that gets you started with foundational things that you can add into your home. The women that have taken this reset have raving reviews. It is the start to resetting the foundations in your home in a way that flanks your family, like the support that you have been desiring. You see, we think, oh, well, once I have the nanny, once I have the cleaner, once I have this, and once I have that. But the truth is, those things are only added bonuses when we have done the work. See, a CEO cannot just be like, I'm just going to hire all these 40 people and then my life will be great. That's not the answer. That is a fantasy. Having 40 people on your team as your company grows will only be a blessing and will only propel the company forward when you, as the CEO, and you are the CEO in your home, when you have laid the foundation, when you have laid the groundwork, when you have created the rhythms, when you have created the foundations. So when you can't lead yourself, you can't lead your family team, you can't lead your corporate team. So if you'd like to participate in the 30-day reset, I've added the link below. I'll add a code where you can get it for a crazy, amazing introductory pricing as a thank you for being part of watching these videos and this channel. That's my gift to you. Or if you want to join the bigger conversation and do a full reset, I have women in my world that take the Thriving Mom course, where you can do a monthly fee or you can join for a year and get a couple months free. But within that, not only do you have access to over 150 deep dive modules into many different areas of your life, but you also get access to having an hour group coaching each month. This is where we deep dive into the exact area that you are dealing with in the month. And this is where we deep dive into mentorship and being in a group of women where we together have a movement where we are first building ourselves, and then we are from that space pouring into the next generation. Our generations are depending on us to be the women that God has called us to be. And if you need those additional resources and you desire it and you know that it's just a yes, I invite you to join me on a deeper level within those courses, and I'll add the link below. Thank you so much for watching today. I'm so grateful to have you part of my world. Make sure you leave a comment below, like and subscribe, and I can't wait to see you on a future video.